Good morning. Here's the news. I'm Vincent Kasozi. The Education Policy Review Commission has recommended that the government exempt teachers from paying direct taxes on their modest salaries. This proposal, marked as Recommendation 112, is one of the key suggestions the Amanya Mushega-led commission made after spending 4 years reviewing the country's education system. The aim is to provide teachers with an incentive that could improve their morale and allow them to focus more effectively on their teaching duties. Philbert Baguma, the Uganda National Teachers Union General Secretary, welcomed the recommendation, calling it a good gesture if picked up and implemented by the government. However, this is not the first time the issue has been raised. In 2011, as UNATI was advocating for a salary increase, they proposed tax exemptions as an alternative solution. At that time, it was estimated that the cost of such exemptions would total about 144 billion shillings. The government, however, rejected the proposal, citing concerns about the financial burden since teachers make up one of the largest workforces in the country. The government has withdrawn the Uganda People's Defence Forces Amendment Bill 2024 from Parliament. The government chief whip, Dennis Hampson-Obua, withdrew the bill under Rule 140 of the Parliament Rules of Procedure concerning the withdrawal of bills. While justifying the withdrawal of the bill, Obua said they needed to enrich it and ensure that the government complies with the ruling of the Supreme Court. His proposal was seconded by a section of members of Parliament who approved the withdrawal. The bill withdrawal follows a decision made by the NRM Parliamentary Caucus early this month at State House Entebbe following an address by the ruling party chairman, President Yoweri Museveni. The decision came after a Supreme Court ruling regarding the setup of court-martials.
Seconded by the Leader of Government Business, by Honorable Rokia, Honorable David Bahati, Government Chief Whip.
Right Honorable Speaker, the withdrawal of the bill is primarily to enrich the bill and to ensure that we comply with the ruling of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Uganda. I beg to submit.
The Criminal Investigations Directorate, CID, has revealed that mobile phones valued at more than 18 million shillings are stolen every day. The Director of Criminal Investigations Department, Tom Magambo, said in a report that a total of 7,330 cases of stolen mobile phones were recorded in 2024. This translates into 21 phones stolen from Uganda each day, and most of these are smartphones. Most of these cases occurred as a result of snatching from unsuspecting members of the public. Joe Mukasa, a mobile phone dealer at Wilson Street, said mobile phone thefts have been exacerbated by the fact that there are people buying phones from strangers on the streets. Mukasa said every day he sees people buying expensive phones cheaply from strangers standing on the corners. Area Katumba, who has lost 2 smartphones in the last 2 years but was never recovered despite his reporting to the police, says criminals have learnt that there are weaknesses in tracking mobile phone snatchers. Several students who qualified for the Uganda Certificate of Education under the new lower secondary school curriculum may not be placed in A-level schools. This is as a result of failure to meet the required subject grades. While opening the selection exercise, Dr. Jane Gao, the Undersecretary at the Ministry of Education, said that for a student to be admitted to A-level, they must have at least a minimum grade of D in each of the 3 subjects that make up their chosen subject combination. Under the new curriculum, a student qualifies for a UCE certificate if they obtain at least a D grade in one of the 9 subjects they sat for. Such a student was given result 1, meaning they passed UCE. However, while some students were awarded certificates with result 1, those who scored only 1 or 2 D grades will not be eligible for Senior 5 placement based on the official selection guidelines. The Uganda Law Society has called on the judiciary to refrain from using the law as a weapon against the bar and its leaders and instead put an end to hostilities. This call comes in their second statement seeking an urgent meeting to resolve their long-standing professional disputes amicably and address hot-button issues. This follows rising tensions between the Uganda Law Society and the judiciary, with the Law Society accusing the judiciary of intimidating and silencing its executive leaders, headed by Senior Counsel Isaac Semakadde. Addressing journalists at their secretariat in Kololo, the Vice President of the Uganda Law Society, Anthony Asimwe, said the judiciary must adopt a democratic and inclusive approach to internal management and bar bench relations to maintain legitimacy. That's the news. Good morning.